Welcome to Autocad Basic Floor Plan Tutorial. This tutorial is divided into 4 parts. Part 1. Basic Settings. Part 2. Adding exterior and interior walls. Part 3. Adding windows and doors. Part 4. Adding furnitures and fixtures. Part 5. Adding texts and dimension. Part 6. Creating custom page layout and PDF printing. Before we start, please take note that my mouse clicks and keyboard inputs are displayed in the lower left corner. This will help you see my mouse and keyboard activity. Without further ado, let's begin. Control-N or Control-Shift-N to create or save projects. Choose your drawing template here. These templates already come with title blocks and settings for various disciplines, such as architecture and engineering. Feel free to explore and see each of them. But in our case, we will be using Autocad. Control-Shift-N to save it and give it a name. Don't forget, if you need to save it in a lower version, you can down version it here. Type UN or units, then hit enter or space bar. This is where we can set the format of our unit. We have the lengths, angles, and insertion scale. Under the type, select decimal. And under precision, select 4 decimal places. And in the insertion scale, select millimeters. Then leave the angle as it is. Remember, you can change this setting whenever you want. Type ST and hit enter or space bar. Now, it's time to set our text style. You can use or edit these 2 built-in text styles. But for now, we will create our own text style. Hit New, and give it a name. Mine is Scale 100. Then select your prepared font. Then font style. And font height. But wait. Remember, we will be using millimeters in all our measurements. If we want to print our fonts in the height of 2.5 millimeters and the scale of 1:100. All you need to do is to multiply your desired size and desired scale. In this case, we need 250 font height. Do not forget to set it to current. Type D, then hit enter or space bar. Hit New and give it a name. In the text style, select your newly created text style and set it to current. In the text alignment, select Align with Dimension Line. Go ahead and explore these other options here. In the Primary Units tab, select Unit Format to Decimal. In the Precision, select 2 decimal places. Go ahead and explore other options here. Watch this preview window, as this will show the changes you are making. Listen. This is important. We are using millimeters in our measurements, but we have to display it in meters. So we need to scale our measurements to 0.001. Select your preferred arrowheads and arrow sizes. Go ahead and explore other options here. You can leave the other options as it is. Select your preferred light types and line weights. Don't forget to watch the preview window to see your changes. Input different the value a couple of times for you to see what they are. Remember, you do not have to copy these options here. You can set them as you like. For now, we can leave this setting as it is, but you can hover over, as it will tell you what they do. You can also explore these other tabs and see what they do. Select your newly created dimension style. And do not forget to set it to current. Now your dimension is good to go. One more thing we need to do. We will set up your layers. Now type LA for layer command. Or click layer properties in your ribbon. You can hover over these icons to see what they do. These are your layer filters. We will talk about these in another video. Click that to create new a layer. And give it a name. In naming your layers, it is a good practice to follow industry standards. There are many naming standards. You can Google them, and check each of them. I am making layers for our walls, window, doors, text, and dimensions. Remember, it is good practice to organize our lines, callouts, or text into proper layers. We will talk in much detail about these other layer properties in a dedicated video. For now, all we need to know is on and off, and line weights. On and off means, to show or hide geometry that belongs to that layer. Line weights mean, how thick your lines will appear. Same with layers. Line weights also has its own standard. Feel free to Google them. Great job! You've made it to the end of this part. Now that you are now familiar with these settings, and everything is good to go, let's do the fun part.